Paris on Wednesday the 18th of November 1987, fate provides a bitter contrast between two cities. At precisely the time that King's Cross was engulfed by an inferno, French firefighters were carrying out a major simulated emergency on the metro. This exercise is repeated 6 times each year in Paris. On the London Underground there have been just 3 since April 1986. Each year on the metro there are 20 fires, but the travelling public rarely hears of them. Stringent controls and surveillance ensure they never become real emergencies. Communications are excellent, cooperation between fire and transport services is constantly tested. But the French know that their commitment to safety couldn't have been achieved without political backing and enormous financial investment.
We started in the late 50s and the early 60s an intense policy of modernization of the network.
There are 365 stations connected by a web of 15 lines. 5 million passengers use the one-man operated trains daily. However, while 60% of the metro's operating costs are provided by subsidy, LRT has to run a service with only an 18% grant. Ticketing is automated, an initiative which will soon come to London. Parisians travel on a flat fare, which is roughly 45 pence for each journey. But despite an emphasis on safety, smoking is allowed inside stations. Given the metro's history, which is well aware of the horror of fire, this may seem paradoxical to the visitor.
In 1903,
Complex where 5 lines interconnect, every inch of the station, including the escalators, is protected by heat sensors and cameras coordinated in this control room.
Here you've got the station itself, the interchange room as we call it, and here the platforms, and you can remark all the fire detectors that are spread over.
On the metro there are 3 guiding principles: safety, simplicity and regularity, but safety takes precedence. Every station has its own fire control room. Each driver is in direct radio contact with the metro's central control. If he receives a call for help, the controller can identify the individual train, turn off the electrical current and alert the fire brigade instantaneously. In the past 10 years, the French have spent £40 million alone on improved fire safety systems. Not a single line, not a single escalator escapes this room's electronic gaze. Unlike in London, metro passengers needn't rely on a member of staff making a 999 call in time. Extinguishers are plentiful, and each platform has an individual alarm which cuts the track current and protects the metro's passengers.